I wanted to talk about the Triduum a little bit, but mostly I wanted to talk about plenary indulgences that you can obtain during the Triduum. Hi everyone, my name is Heather from Buffering Saints. I am a wife, mother, teacher, and Catholic convert. And welcome to Gracefully Catholic. This is our new collaboration channel, and I'm so excited to be making my debut on this channel. Subscribe if you are not already so that you can see what we have in store, because we got a lot planned. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful Holy Week. I wanted to talk about the Triduum a little bit, but mostly I wanted to talk about plenary indulgences that you can obtain during the Triduum. The Triduum is liturgically one day. Even though it is consecutively several days, it is liturgically one day. Within those days, we have Maundy Thursday, we have Good Friday, and Holy Saturday. You can obtain a plenary indulgence each day. You can obtain just one, you can pick one that you want to do, or you can obtain all three. What is a plenary indulgence? A plenary indulgence is the remission of the punishment of sin. Basically what that means is when you receive an indulgence, you have all or some of your time in purgatory reduced so that you can get to heaven faster. If you have a partial indulgence, you have some of your time reduced. If you have a plenary indulgence, you have all of your time reduced, which basically means if you have obtained all the conditions for a plenary indulgence and then you die, you go straight to heaven. You serve no time in purgatory. And I know some people get a little uncomfortable. I'm a convert personally, so it took me a really long time to become comfortable with purgatory. So basically how I explain that to people is when you commit a crime here on earth, even if you ask for forgiveness for that crime, you still have what is called justice, and you still have to serve time for your crime depending on the severity of whatever that crime is. So it is the same thing for sin. Depending on the severity of your sin, you can either be cut off from God completely. All sin cuts us off from God. But depending on the severity of your sin, you can be cut off from God completely if you die with that sin on your soul and then you go to hell, or if you have received the sacrament of confession and you have been forgiven of that sin, then you would still go to purgatory. There, you still have time to serve for your sin. That is called holy justice. That's where plenary and partial indulgences come into play, because we can get our sentence reduced, so to speak, and we can get it wiped clean completely, or we can just get like some time taken off. And I'm gonna post an article down below about like the myths of indulgences. It's not buying your way into heaven or anything like that. That's not what a plenary indulgence is. But I'm gonna post a link down below that further discusses like myths about indulgences that'll hopefully be able to clear up some things that I don't touch on in this video. So I wanted to talk about how we can obtain plenary indulgences during the Triduum. Heather from A Catholic Mom's Life and Kristen from Everyday Catholic did really good videos on the subject of the Triduum within the last few days. So if you would like to go see those, they are also collaborators on this channel. They did those videos for their personal channels, but I will link them down below if you would like to learn more about the Triduum. 3 liturgical services happen during the Triduum. The first one is the Mass of the Lord's Supper, which takes place Thursday evening. And then on Good Friday, we have the service, which is the Good Friday of the Lord's Passion. And then Saturday, the Mass of the Resurrection of the Lord, which is the Easter Sunday Vigil. So we can obtain plenary indulgences for each one of these services. There's a plenary indulgence opportunity attached to each one of these services. For any plenary indulgence, whether it's one during the Triduum, or if you're going to try to obtain the Divine Mercy plenary indulgence, there are 4 basic conditions that have to be fulfilled in order for the plenary indulgence to be obtained. The first condition is that you must complete the act of indulgence with a contrite heart. And at some point you must go to confession if you want it to be a plenary indulgence. If it's just a partial indulgence and you don't think you're going to be able to fulfill the rest of the conditions, as long as you fulfill the action with a contrite heart, you can still get a partial indulgence. The second condition is you have to receive Holy Communion. You must receive Holy Communion for it to be a plenary indulgence. The third condition is that you pray for the Pope's intentions. The fourth condition for a plenary indulgence is that you must be free from all attachment of sin, mortal or venial, which means that you basically aren't like looking forward to the next time you want to sin, basically. Here are the 3 plenary indulgences that you can obtain during the Triduum. If you're really ambitious, you can go for all 3 because you can get a plenary indulgence once a day. You can't get it multiple times a day, but you can get it at least once a day. And another thing that I didn't mention for the confession one, if you don't have to go to confession every single day. If you make a confession within one of these, that confession can count for multiple plenary indulgences. The plenary indulgence that you can obtain on Maundy Thursday is you have to fulfill the previous conditions and also piously recite or sing the Tantum Ergo after the reposition of the Holy Sacrament. So because the Triduum is liturgically one day, at the end of the Mass of the Lord's Supper that occurs on Thursday, Holy Thursday, they don't do the normal concluding rites. So what they do instead is they do a procession with the Holy Sacrament through the church to the altar. And once the Holy Sacrament is there, then it's been repositioned, and that's when you can fulfill this indulgence. The second plenary indulgence that you can obtain is on Good Friday. What you can do to obtain that act is to assist in the adoration of the Holy Cross and kiss the cross. If you do that act, plus the 4 previous conditions we discussed earlier, then you can have a plenary indulgence for Good Friday. The third plenary indulgence that you can receive during the Triduum is at the Easter Vigil Mass, and it is granted to those who renew their baptismal vows. There are people who are coming into the church who are getting baptized on Easter Vigil. That is typically done at each Easter Vigil Mass anyway, is renewing your baptismal vows. So like I said earlier, if you're unable to fulfill the rest of those plenary indulgence conditions, you can at least stop during Mass and contritely say and with everybody else do the renewal of your baptismal vows, then you will have at least obtained a partial indulgence. Those are the 3 opportunities during the Triduum that you can obtain a plenary indulgence. Try to get to confession and try to fulfill some of these other conditions for a plenary indulgence. And if nothing else, the worst that happens is that you get a partial indulgence. That is all for my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to subscribe, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button so that you can see what everybody else has in store for us. We release videos every Tuesday and Friday. Have a great day. Have a great Easter. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.